three grounds, my friend. LME endorsement is not there. That is why non-transport vehicle is now covered by the judgment of the
future prospects. Promotional income correcting. One copy. Conventional rates. ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ?
ಯಾವಾಗ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ?
ಅಲ್ಲ ಜಡ್ಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ.
ಏನಾಗಿದೆ?
ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. The insurance company shall pay the compensation to the claimants.
Correct.
Connected matter ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಿದೆ.
Correct.
As stated supra ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಎಂಡಾರ್ಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಇನ್ಶೂರ್ಡ್ ಕಾರ್ಗೆ. Therefore,
as a result of accident.
Considering the payslip and this
2012 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು?
7,000 actually. 7,500 taken based upon the appointment letter and payslip of the party. That is actually 8,009 and payslip of the party. That is actually 8,096.
Employer was examined.
Yes, not examiner. That is the reason court has taken 7,000.
They have not filed any appeal.
Correct. My file ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ we have to satisfy us also. They are not examined the owner.
My lord.
ಈಗ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ಪ್ರಾಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ, ಅಷ್ಟು ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು.
Again, question very well. Para number 14 of the judgment you have can see. Determined in this evidence reports that prior to the accident, his son was working as a temporary support member at the Toyota Kirloskar Auto Parts Private Limited, and he was drawing salary of 8,096. In this case, petitioner have produced the appointment letter and salary certificate of deceased, which is para number 14.
At 8,096 per month, but in this case, petitioners have not examined the employer of the deceased. So it is considered as 7,500. They have not challenged, so we'll retain it.
7,500. Maybe 7,500. Maybe retail. And my lord, multiplier ought to have 18. But younger parents they consider only 15.
That
Split.
That also to be considered.
7,500 plus ಇದು ಎಷ್ಟು 40% ಬರುತ್ತೆ.
40% conventional.
ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ?
Future
plus 3,000.
But
3,000.
conventional
Just wait. 3,000. ಎಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೀವಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 10,500. 10,500. He was unmarried ಅಲ್ವಾ? So 50%.
5250.
70.
5250.
18.
5250 into 12 into
18.
18.
11,34,000.
11,34,000. Claimants are father and mother.
Please.
So it was in 2012. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು? For love and affection 10,000 ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದು ಎಷ್ಟು 2012 ಇಂದ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ರಿವಿಷನ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ?
3
10 4 6 plus 16,000
56,000. 56,000 into
15,000 into 4. 460.
ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ? 56,000 into 2. ಇಬ್ಬರಿದಾರಲ್ಲ?
1,12,000.
1,12,000. 12,000. ಕನ್ವೆನ್ಷನಲ್ ಹೆಡ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ
14,500.
ಅದು 25,000 ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದು ಇನ್ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅದು. ಬಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಪೇಡ್. ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಲಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದು ಮಾತ್ರ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಡೆಡ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಬೇರೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಫಿನರಲ್
ಅದೇ
ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸ್ 25,000.
ರೀಎಸ್ಎಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಸರ್.
ಇದು 16,500 ಒಂದಷ್ಟೇ ಇಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. 16,500 ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ
33,000.
that is they have satisfied. ಇನ್ನೊಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ರಿವಿಷನ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು.
ಅಲ್ಲ
ಅಲ್ಲ
ಲಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಪೇಡ್ ದಿ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟೇಕನ್ ಅದರಿಂದ
5,000 ಡೆಫಿಸಿಟ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ರಿವಿಷನ್ ಅಷ್ಟ ಎಷ್ಟು?
4
ರಿವಿಷನ್ ಅಷ್ಟ ಎಷ್ಟು?
4
6 ರಿವಿಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರಲ್ಲ.
14 60
4 ರಿವಿಷನ್ಸ್ 4 ರಿವಿಷನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. 30,000 ಅಂದ್ರೆ 15,000 4 ರಿವಿಷನ್ಸ್ 1,500 into 4 ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ?
6,000 21,000 21,000.
21,000 ಅದು ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ನಾವು
ಸಾರಿ ಮೇಲೆ
ನಾವು ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ.
42,000 ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ. 42,000 ತಗೋಬೇಕು.
ಹಾ 42,000 ಆಯ್ತು. ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಷ್ಟು. ಚಾಲೆಂಜಿಂಗ್ judgment and award in NVC number 295/2013 on the file of senior civil judge
ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಟೋಟಲ್
CCL additional NVC Ramnagar. The claimants, the said case of preferred disappeal. Claimants were claimants are the parents of the deceased. Bhairappa on 9/11/2012 at 9:30 p.m. when Bhairappa was traveling in Tata Indica car number KA03 CA37 from to attend to his work, to go to his work. Case of accident. ಇದೇನು ನಿಮ್ದು ಪಿಟಿಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಟು ಗೋ ಟು ಹಿಸ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಶೀಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಡ್ರೈವರ್ ವಾಸ್ ದ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದೇ ವರ್ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲಿಂಗ್ ಟುಗೆದರ್ ಅಂತ. ಟು ಗೋ ಟು ಹಿಸ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್
he was traveling in an insured car as a
paid car hit
a policy number
said car
a policy number
said car toppled near limits of Pirdi police station. ಇಲ್ಲಿರುವಲ್ಲ 4 ಜನ ತೀರೋಗಿರ್ತಾರ. ಕಿರಣ್, ಲೋಹಿತ್, ಭೈರಪ್ಪ.
ditch
Due to the injuries suffered in the accident, Bhairappa and 2 other inmates by name Kiran and Lohit died on the spot, at the spot, and other inmates were illa Bhairappa didn't Bharatana. Other inmates suffered injury. Injured by name Bharat when he was being shifted to the hospital died. Regarding at the time of the accident, respond number 1, 2 and 2 was Krishnamurthy, driver. Correct, 11 2. Respond number 1, 2 and 3 for the insurer, driver and the registered owner of the vehicle at the time of the incident. Regarding the accident, uh, on the complaint of one Ashwath Achar, the police registered FIR in crime number 570 of 2012 as per exhibit given against the driver of the car. On investigation, the said police filed charge sheet against the driver, against respond number 2, the driver of the car, for the offences punishable under section 279, 337, 338, not 4 IPC, read with section 84 and 177 of IMV Act. Permit ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತನಾ?
ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಎಂಡಾರ್ಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಅಲ್ಲ, ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಹಾಕುವಾಗ ಕಾರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂರಿ $84 is with reference to what?
ವೈಲೇಷನ್
ಎನಿವೇ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಲಯಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಬೇರೆ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ.
The claimants filed MSC number next for 293 of 2013. Long contested the petition, denying the actionable negligence on the part of respondent number 2 to age, occupation and income of the deceased. Respondent number 3 further contended that at the time of the accident, respondent number 1 further contended at the time of the accident, respondent valid driving license. Therefore, it is not liable to pay the compensation. The tribunal on recorded the evidence of the parties. On behalf of claimants, claimant number 1 was examined as PW1 and got marked with P1 to P10. Sumati. The officer of respondent number 1, insurer, was examined as RW1 and on its behalf exhibit R1 to R4 were marked. The tribunal on hearing both the sides by the impugned due to the tribunal considered the income of the deceased, deducted half of the same. However, now multiplier applied 15 multiplier tribunal awarded compensation of assessed compensation at least 7,25,000 on different heads as well as Naveen. ಇಬ್ಬರ ಹೆಸರು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೃಷ್ಣಮೂರ್ತಿ ಅಲಿಯಾಸ್ ನವೀನ್ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. ವಿ ಥಾಟ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾಂಡ್ ನಂಬರ್ 2 ಹಂಗಂದ್ರೆ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ರೆಸ್ಪಾಂಡ್ ನಂಬರ್ 2 ಇಸ್ ಓನರ್ ಅಂತ ರೆಸ್ಪಾಂಡ್ ನಂಬರ್ 2 ಓನರ್ 3 at the time of the accident, driver mentioned Bandali. 2 and 3 are the owner and the driver on that. Accept the contention of the response that at the time of the accident, respond number 3, the driver of the vehicle ಯಾವ ಲೈಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತು ಅವರಿಗೆ?
Krishnamurthy is
ಆನ್
the,
ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಇತ್ತಾ?
it's a commercial vehicle LME. It's a commercial vehicle LME. Mukti Mukunda Devagan
was
now.
holding a driving license only to drive a non-transport, but the vehicle in question was a transport which
Namme
against
against.
respond number 1 submits that in view of ಇದು ಯಾವಾಗ ಇದು 2015 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಿದ್ದು, ಅದು ಜಡ್ಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನಂತರ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಮುಕುಂದ್ ದೇವಾಂಗನ್.
Please.
Judgment of the Supreme Court in ಮುಕುಂದ್ ದೇವಾಂಗನ್ ವರ್ಸಸ್ ಯಾವ್ದದು? Virapur. Is unsustainable in view of the judgment of the Supreme Court in Mukund Devangan versus Oriental Insurance Company Limited and others, 2016 for SCC 298.
Same upheld by the Rambadevi case recently.
Idu reference alla agiddu. Rambadevi is also on reference.
Bajaj General Insurance Company versus Rambadevi and others. Third.
And so and so. Rambadevi was. If others that the multiplier has to be applied based on the age of the deceased. ಅದು ಸರಳ ಮತ್ತು ಮಲ್ಲಿ not based on the age of the parents. Judgments in Pranay Sethi's case and Magma General Insurance Company's case. Thus he seeks the enhancement to enhance the compensation and fasten the liability to the insurer to pay the quota. Learned counsel for respond number 1. Insurer justifies the award so far as it relates to the quantum of the compensation. He further submits that connected case alagide the view of the legal question in view of Mukund Devangan and Rambadevi's case. The part of the tribunal exonerating respondent may not sustain. Next, on considering the submissions of both sides and examining the material on record, the points that arise for consideration of the court are: number 1, whether the compensation assessed by the tribunal under the influence award is just from. Number 2, dismissing the petition against respondent 1, the insurer. Really, point number 1 into what case regarding point number 1 into. None of the respondents have questioned the findings of the tribunal that the accident in question and death of Bhairappa occurred due to the actionable negligence on the part of respondent number 3 in driving Tata Indica car number K03 C837 the relationship of the claimants with the deceased, the tribunal exonerated, dismissed the insurer on the sole ground that the vehicle in question was a commercial / transport vehicle, and respond number 3 was arising out of the same accident. ಒಂದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಡೆತ್ ಕೇಸಸ್, there were 2 other appeals. ಒಂದು 8402 8401.
01/14.
ಅಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕೆ ಇಬ್ರದ್ದು ಕ್ಲೈಮೆಂಟ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ? ಗಾಯತ್ರಿ ಅಶ್ವತ್ಥರಾಜ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಗಾಯತ್ರಿ
Most probably family members of the.
ಕಿರಣ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಲೋಹಿತ್ ಎಸ್ಎ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಹುಶಃ ಇಬ್ರು ಅವ್ರ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ ಇರ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ.
ಅದೇ family members of that.
ಅಲ್ಲ, ಗಾಯತ್ರಿ 3946. Probably they lost two children, it seems. Claimants that their deceased son Kiran was an engineer and their second son Lohit, just unfortunate notion.
That.
But 13 before the tribunal, this court in MF number 8401 of 2014 and MF number 8402 of 2015. This court by the common judgment dated 29/7/2020 relying on the judgment of the Supreme Court in Mukund Devangan's case referred to Supra, held that if please take your seat.
Please.
The driver of the offending vehicle, license to drive light motor vehicle, and while driving the vehicle of the same class, if accident occurs on such driving license to drive the transport vehicle is not required. State judgment. This allowed the petition against the insurer, passing the liability to the insurer. The said challenge illalla, those judgments have attained finality. In view of the judgments of the Supreme Court in Mukund Devangan's case and Ramba Devi by his alleged employment as examine the authors of those documents. Therefore, tribunal has notionally assessed his income at ₹7,500 per month. Finding is not question, not challenged by the respondents. In the absence of any proof of ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Relying in para 5 of the judgment, relying on the earlier judgment of the Supreme Court in Sarada Verma's case, held that the multiplier has to be considered based on the age of the deceased at the time of the death and not ಯಾವುದು ಬೇರೆ ಇದೆ and not years of service left are there. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಯಾವುದು ಬೇರೆ ಜಡ್ಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಳಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ದಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅದಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಜಡ್ಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅದು ದಟ್ ಏಜ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ಡ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ದಟ್ ಜಡ್ಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಇದೆ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ
ನೋ ಲಾಂಗರ್ ಅಲ್ಲ
ಅಲ್ಲ
ಮುನ್ನಾಲಾಲ್ ವರ್ಸಸ್
ಮುನ್ನಾಲಾಲ್ಸ್ ಕೇಸಾ
ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಎ
ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈಯರ್ ಏಜ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೊಂದಿದೆ
ಅದಿತ್ತು ಅದು ನೌ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ ದಿ ಅಪೆಕ್ಸ್ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಜಡ್ಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ದಿ ಏಜ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಡಿಸೀಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಟೇಕನ್.
ಏಜ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಡಿಸೀಸ್ಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ಡ್.
ಸ್ಥಳದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಪೆನೈಸೇತಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು.
Based on the age of the deceased and not on the other factors, not based on the other factors. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಸರಳ ವರ್ಮಗ್ ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏಜ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಇದು ಇಯರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಬೆಂಚ್ ರೆಫರ್ಡ್ ಅಂತ ಸರಳ ವರ್ಮನೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Determination applying the multiplier clearly erroneous. Therefore, tribunal was in error in considering the age of claimant number 2 in applying the multiplier. The applicable multiplier is 80. Therefore, the compensation payable on the head of loss of dependency is 7,500 plus into bracket only 40%. Therefore, 3,000 is equal to 10,500 upon 2 is equal to 5,250 into 12 into 18 is equal to 11,34,000. In Pranay Sethi's case and Magma General Insurance Company's case, each of the claimants are entitled to compensation of this 40,000 on the head of loss of consortium with escalation at 10% for every 3 years. Therefore, which works out to 56,000 into 2 is equal to 1,12,000. Similarly, they are entitled to compensation of this 15,000 plus 15,000 on the head of loss of estate and 11,34,000. Loss of consortium 1,01,000. Loss of estate 21,000. Funeral expenses and transportation of dead body 21,000. Total 10,88,000. Respondent one insurer antala it's admittedly the risk therefore respondent number 1 is liable to pay the state compensation. Hence the following The appeal deserves to be allowed is the following order. The appeal is allowed in part. Deserves to be allowed in part. Or ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಕೇಳಿದಾರೆ next one. The impugned, the judgment and impugned award is made as follows. The claim fiction in MS 293 of 13 is partly allowed. Claimants are entitled to compensation of this 12,88,000, correct? With interest thereon at 6% per annum from the date of the petition till its realization. Respond number 1 shall deposit the said aforesaid amount before the tribunal within 4 days of this order. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ apportionment ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ?
But
ಈಕ್ವಲಿ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿ
each
ಹಾಗೆ ಮಾಡೋದು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಕೊಡೋಣ. Equal the award of the tribunal with regard to apportionment and investment is maintained.
much I may permitted to file ವಕಾಲತ.
ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಬರೀ ನೋಟಿಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಆಗಿತ್ತಾ?
ಇಲ್ಲ, ನನ್ಗೆ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಓಮಹೇಶ್ ಅವ್ರ ಕನೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕಂಪ್ನಿಯವರು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ನೀವೇ ಮಾಡಿ.
Direction was to you only. Shri V.C. Shivanegoda order sheet shall file his wakalat in the registry within 4 weeks.
Much.
ಬಂದಿದೆ 1 o'clock ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರಾ? ಕರೆಸ್ತೀವಿ.
Cell number 64. Vasanta A.K. and Ramlinga Reddy.
So petitioner was the father of the child.
Petitioner's father is present.
And respondent is the grandfather.
Maternal grandfather.
Grandmother ಅಲ್ಲ, grandfather.
Maternal grandfather.
Last time ಹಿಂದೆ ನಾವು ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ. Just wait for some time. 1:30 chamber ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. Ask them to be there.
1:30 chamber.
ಅಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ಒಂದು 5-10 minutes early ಆಗಿರಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ chamber ಹತ್ರ.
ಆಯ್ತು.
For admission, cell number 38, B. Pradeep, Vinay S. KT Gurudev Prasad for R1.
ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇದನ್ನು ಅಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಸರ್ವೈವರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್
last occasion kindly see the order. The lordships directed to
memo along with documents said to be survivorship certificate. Second case ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ.
9397/17 MF.
ಅದು ಎರಡನ್ನೂ ಸಪರೇಟ್ ಕಾಮನ್ ಜಡ್ಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಜಡ್ಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್.
ಅಲ್ಲ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದು ನೋಡುವಾಗ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. Before the tribunal they were co-claimants.
Yes, yes.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರನ್ನ
4 and 5.
4 and 5.
So they respond.
Both of them are dead.
Both are
ಪಿಲಿಯನ್ ರೈಡರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ರೈಡರ್ ಬೋತ್.
No. Father and mother.
ನಂಬರ್ ಪಿಲಿಯನ್.
ಎನ್ಕ್ವೈರಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಯಾರು
Filed memo alerts. The other appellants may be treated as LS.
ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ
ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಪಿಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಏನೋ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರಿ ಅಂತ.
ಅದು
ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ? You filed it on
yes,
27th.
filed it in the court.
ಅಲ್ಲ ಬರೀ ಡೆತ್ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ ಇದೆ.
Thereafterwards, my lord, I have filed the said memo along with memo dated.
ಇನ್ನೊಂದಿದೆಯಾ ಇದು ಮೆಮೋ ಫಾರ್ ಬ್ರಿಂಗಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಂತ ಡೆತ್ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್
31/1/2025, madam, memo
31/1/2025.
25.
ಬೇರೆ ಇದೆ ಫೋಟೋ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಮೆಮೋ
ಅಕ್ನಾಲೆಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆಯಾ ಸರ್?
ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅವ್ರು ಏನೋ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು ಅಂತ ನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅದು.
ಅಮ್ಮೋರ್ ಅಂತ ಶೈಲಿಗೆ ದೂರ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು. ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಣ.
ನೇಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಡಿಸೀಸ್ ವಾಸ್ ಸೋಮಣ್ಣ ಅಲಿಯಾಸ್ ಸಾಬಣ್ಣ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮೈದಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಅಂತ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ, ಹಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ
ಫಾದರ್ ಮದರ್ ಶೇರು
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ನೀವು ಇದೇನು ಸರ್ವೈವರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹಾಕಿದಿರಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಭೀಮಣ್ಣ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಣ ಅನ್ನೋರು ದೇ ಆರ್ ದ ಬ್ರದರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಡಿಸೀಸ್. ಅದರ್ ಸನ್ಸ್.
Yes. Other sons of the appellant, response number 3 and 4 and 5. Other sons of the appellant, response number 3 and 4 and 5. 3 and 4.
This Lakshmi is the daughter-in-law, same.
Daughter-in-law.
But they are not survived by them alone. There are two other aides.
Yes. That's why, Malad, I am produced this. I'm given the details to the. They have to, Malad, file application appellant.
ನೀವು ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕು ಅವ್ರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರೆ. ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೂಫ್ ಏನು ಇದು ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಏನು ಸಿಗೋದಿಲ್ವೇನಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ?
ಸಿಗಲ್ಲ.
ಏನೋ ಭಾವಚಿತ್ರಗಳು ಆಧಾರ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಯಾರ್ದೋ ಇಬ್ಬರದು ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬೋತ್ ಅಪೀಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಬೈ ದ ಇನ್ಶೂರರ್ ಓನ್ಲಿನಾ?
ಎಸ್.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಎನ್ಕ್ವೈರಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಅವ್ರು ಏರ್ ಶೇರ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೋ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರ ಶೇರ್ ಇರೋ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಅವರು ರೆಕಾರ್ಡಿಗೆ ತಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರ ಶೇರ್ ಫಾದರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮದರ್ ಶೇರ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ
ಫಾದರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮದರ್ದು ಈಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನಿಬ್ಬರನ್ನ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾರೆ, ಭೀಮಣ್ಣ ಅಂಡ್ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಣ ಅಂತ. ದೇ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಎಂಟೈಟಲ್ಡ್ ಅಲಾಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ದಿಸ್ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್. ಬಟ್ ಇದು ನೀವು ತರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಟ್ರಯಲ್ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಡಿಲೇಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್ ಪರ್ಪಸ್. After passing the award, we say that
I will give the particulars, Malad, to the advocate for appellant. Let him file application.
Amend the appeal for what? Idinu madi.
Appellant, no much. 2 and 3, Malad, are attained majority. 2 and 3 attained majority and filed application for discharge. That application is allowed.
ಹೌದಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು even 5 and 6 are dead ಅಂತ ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಲ್ಲ. 38.1 as requested ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಿಡಬೇಡ. as requested by appellants also list on
15th or 16th maybe
21/4. Seal number 39.
ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಅವರೇ ಬಂದು ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಹಾಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಡಿಲೇ ಆಗೋದು ತಪ್ಪುತ್ತಲ್ಲ? ಅವ್ರು ಯಾರು
ಅಷ್ಟೊಳಗೆ ನೀ ಅದು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ.
You can inform those LRs also.
Seal number 39, Raghunath MD, Monica Party.
I appear for the appellant, my lords.
I'm for the respondent, your lordship. Respondent is present.
Appellant is also present before my lords. The children are not present, my lords.
Children are not there.
Due to some personal inconvenience, your lordship, they could not come.
On three
Respondent
different
is present.
occasions, my lords had directed the children. On three
Respondent
different
is present.
occasions, my lords had directed the children to be present, my lords.
But only if they come, ಕೂರ್ಸಿ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೂರ್ಸಿ ಯಾಕೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಬರ್ತೀರಾ? ಕೂರ್ಸಿ. Appellant, the respondent and their counsel are present. Counsel for respondent. You try to get them.
Yes, my
What
lordship.
they said.
Due to some personal inconvenience, they couldn't come, your lordship.
The photos of the couple. Did not respond ಅಂತ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ so that we can proceed further.
Yes, my lordship. She can't come again and again, your lordship.
Did not respond. Have not responded. On intimation of the order of this court regarding their appearance before the court today. Okay. ಅವರಂತೂ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಾರೆ. What do you say? Any chance of settlement? She is not agreeable for a resolution. Your party also should realize, because
My lords, what has happened
is
is
there
because,
any guarantee that his appeal will be allowed?
of course, that is in my lord's hands.
Not in our hands, law it to.
Also, my lords.
Question, it goes according.
Definitely. No doubt, my lords. But only a humble submission is,
We don't want to take her till here.
My lord, she's saying she's ready for anything, my lord.
Anything means resolution also.
Consultation, my lord. She's ready for
She's
anything.
ready for consultation.
She is suffering from
Cancer, lordship.
ಯಾವ grade?
Yes, my lord.
Which grade?
which stage?
ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಕ್
Second or third stage. your
ಯಾವ
lord.
ಯಾವ್ದು which kind of cancer she is suffering? ಇರ್ಲಿ ಬಿಡಿ ಅಮ್ಮ, ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಡಿ ನೀವು, ಆಯ್ತು. ಏನು ಹೇಳೋಕಿತ್ತ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ? ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದನೇ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ? ಹೇಳಿ.
45 ವರ್ಷ ಆಯ್ತು ನನಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಬಂತು. ಇವ್ರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ನನಗೆ ಮೋಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮದುವೆ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೂ ಮುಂಚೆ ನನ್ನೇನೆ ಒಂದು ಹುಡುಗಿನ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಒಂದು ಮಗು ಇದೆ, ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ನನ್ನ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ದೊಡ್ಡವರು ಆಗಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿರೋದು. ಅವಾಗನ ನಾನು ಸಂಸಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಇವಾಗ 45 ವರ್ಷ ಆಗಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನನಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಬಂತು. 30 ವರ್ಷ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. 30 ವರ್ಷ ದುಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದು ಇವ್ರ ಕೈನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಈಗ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಮದುವೆ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಬೇರೆ ಒಂದು ಒಡ್ಡೋಗಿರೋದು ಸೈಕಲ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದು. ನಾನು ದುಡ್ಡು ನಾನು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಇವಾಗ 45 ವರ್ಷ ಆಗಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನನಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಬಂತು. ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಬಂದ ಮೇಲೆ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ರು ನನಗೆ. ಇವ್ರು ಹೋಗಿ ರೂಮ್ಗಳು ತಗೊಂಡು 10 ದಿವಸ 15 ದಿವಸ ಹೋಟೆಲ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ರೂಮ್ಗಳು ತಗೊಂಡು ನಿಂತೋಯ್ತು. ಅವಾಗ ನಾನು ಕೇಳಿದೆ, ಯಾಕೆ ಈ ತರ ರೂಮ್ ನೀವು ಮನೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ? ನಂದಿದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನನಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಇಲ್ಲ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋಕ್ಕೆ ಅನ್ನಂದ್ರು. ಅವ್ರ ಇಷ್ಟಾಗಿ ಅವರೇ ಖಾಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅವರೇ ಹೋಗಿರೋದು. ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ನಮ್ಗೇನು ಅವರು ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ ಮನೆ ಖಾಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ. ಅರ್ಥ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಆಚೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ರು ಇವರು? ಏನು ಕಷ್ಟ ಇತ್ತು ಮನೇಲಿ, ಬೇಕಾಷ್ಟು ದೇವ್ರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರ ಹೆಸರು ಮೇಲೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಬಂದ ಮೇಲೆನೆ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿರೋದು ಮನೆ ಇವ್ರ ಹೆಸರಿನಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಬಿಲ್ಲು, ಸಿಲಿಂಡರು, ಸೈಟು ಎಲ್ಲ ಇವ್ರ ಹೆಸರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದ ಮೇಲೆ ನನ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು ಇವ್ರ ಹೆಸರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನನ್ಗೆ ಮೋಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಇವರು. ನನ್ಗೆ 2 ಹೆಣ್ಮಗಿದೆ. ನನ್ 2 ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡೆ, ಇವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ನಂಬಿಕೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾನು ಇದ್ದೆ. ನಾನು ಇಷ್ಟು ಮೋಸ ಮಾಡಿ ಇವ್ರು ಆಚೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ರಿಟೈರ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು ದುಡ್ಡೆಲ್ಲ ತಗೊಂಡೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈಗ ನನ್ಗೆ ಊಟಕ್ಕೆ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಕಾಸು ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ. 3 ವರ್ಷದ್ದು ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. 3 ವರ್ಷದ್ದು ನನ್ಗೆ ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ ಇವರು. ನಾನು ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಷ್ಟ ಬೀಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ.
ಆಯ್ತು ನೋಡೋಣ.
ಈಗ ಹೋಗಿ ಇವ್ರನ್ನ ಕರೆದು.
But that is maintenance is in some other proceedings.
that is happening, my lords.
No, not in this.
Not in this, my lords.
That was 125 or section
125, my lords.
120.
In fact, payment is also being made before the honorable trial court.
He said no conciliation. Interactive
Please,
with
ma'am.
the parties. Conciliation failed. ಆಯ್ತು, ಆರ್ಗ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಡಿಸ್ಪೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
Yes, ma'am.
ಆಯ್ತಮ್ಮ, ನೀವು ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು. Both counsel and counsel, appellant and respondent are present and we'll have it on some other day, not now.
Please, my lords. At least the matter may be admitted, my lords. On the further hearing, I shall complete the same, my lords.
Matter shall be heard finally. Admit ಆಗಿದೆ no?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ.
Records ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ.
ಇಲ್ಲ.
That he has received the copies. Office objections in that regard should comply. Yes.
We pray time for hearing on maintainability.
Kindly peruse the order sheet, my lord. Order sheet itself speaks.
How correct? No. Ultimately, they may suffer if they don't file any appeal, another appeal.
That is not the matter is posted for admission 4th or 5th time, my lord. They keep on taking the adjournments by one or the other reason.
Then we'll call for the. Why are you taking adjournment?
Senior is out
If you
of
do
station.
not file the appeal,
Any
all
short
right,
date-
we'll proceed.
Any date
We'll
may be
see.
given.
What is the effect of that, Anta?
Next date, senior will come.
He is opposing adjournment. Now, cause for the appellant seeks adjournment. as a final chance, this term.
Any date may fixed, my lord?
11/6.
Please.
Cell number 41, Rahul S. Reddy, SPP.
Suspension of sentence.
Appellant was convicted for the offence of punishable section 202, 298A, and 205.
Sole accused.
Well, your lordship can see PW2 and PW3 are for children of that deceased. They are the witnesses. They are not lost. All of them except this PW1 with the complaint. Except that all of them lost. PW1 is not a witness.
Paper can you You have the copies of the deposition?
Okay.
No, you said that they have turned hostile.
Yes.
You don't have any other
Copy of the
records
deposition.
ಬಂದಿದೆ there. PW?
PW2 and PW3 for the children of the PW1 who is the complainant, he is not the witness. He is the father of the deceased.
There 164 statements were recorded.
164 statement was not recorded.
So according to them, it is a case of suicide.
Yes.
In the cross-examination by the prosecution,
According
But
to
after the-
prosecution,
Sorry, sir.
hmm?
After the incident, my lord.
ನಾನು ಸುಮಾರು 35-50 ಬಾರಿ ತಂದೆಯನ್ನು ನೋಡಲು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೆ.
The children have developed affinity towards father after the incident, my lordship. That he, and, when first treatment given, doctor has given the wound certificate where it is mentioned alleged bought with assault by husband followed by consumption of poison. And there are contusion on the forehead, hands.
Right? He was saying that already they have turned hostile, but they were, the incident has taken place in the house where he was living. What was his explanation for that? What was the
as per the children's
he has
statement,
filed the complaint? No, whether he has filed.
was not present at the date of incident.
Correct. Children, what is his statement? 313 statement.
In this case, he went to the Kerala and by coming back, he learned that she went inside the room.
Correct. Who filed the complaint?
Father
Father
of
filed
the
the
deceased.
Then why he
Father
did
of
not
the
file?
deceased.
When he was arrested, date of offense was 11/5/2022 at 2:30 p.m. When he was arrested?
12th is the complaint.
No, when he was arrested?
Arrested is 13/5, next day.
13/5.
Is-
From which place?
And it is in the same
From his
house.
residence only.
As he came to the hospital also.
One to 33, my lordship.
ಅವ್ರು ಮುಗಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ಲಿ, ಅವ್ರು ಮುಗಿಸಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನೀವು ಹೇಳೋರಂತೆ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಇರ್ತಿದ್ರಂತೆ. Yes. Hey.
Lordship means almost all the witnesses except the doctor and the IVO, all are turned hostile. There are Lordship, even the children who are present at the house at the time of incident, they have clearly stated in their evidence that she went inside the room after quarreling with her husband because the husband wanted to go to the Kerala for a job. Because for that reason there was a quarrel in the morning and subsequently father went away and thereafter she went inside the room and locked the door. And subsequently when the sound was came, At that time, she had knocked the door, then when she had not opened the door, then he went backside the house. There also one door was there, then goes open the door and immediately they saw that she was fell on the earth. Immediately they called the neighboring hospital nurse and doctors. Even the doctors have also, see, they have not noted again, see, because earlier she they filed an bail application, again, see, because earlier she they filed a bail application. The court said after examining of two witnesses, she filed a bail application. Then thereafter, Lordship again say because all of them